Hello vinyl community, Bradley here. I wanted to shoot outside, but it's a little rainy, so I'm going to have a little indoors video here. This video is a contest entry. It is for a channel, Alex, and his channel name is MOTORIK 247. So that's motor, M-O-T-O-R-I-K 247, all one phrase. And the gentleman's name is Alex. I was not familiar with his channel. I was watching Rob at Sound Strange the other day, and Rob had a contest entry for Alex's contest. So I went to Alex's channel, watched several of his videos, and really liked it. So I thought, yeah, I'll come up with a contest entry. So the theme for his contest entry is more or less name 5 of your favorite jazz albums, maybe 5 that you would want on a desert island to take with you. And like Alex said, you know, it changes all the time. You know, it does with me. So I came up with this list of, and the ones I picked, they kind of, I think these albums I can listen to anytime. They put me in a mood. A lot of other albums, you know, I may pick them out and think, no, I'm not in the mood for that album. But pretty much, I think all these albums, I am pretty much in the mood anytime to listen to these. So let's get going. Okay, the first album, I just got this a couple months ago. It is one of the Tone Poet series. It is Gil Evans, New Bottle, Old Wine. This was released in 1958. Now this is a more of a big band orchestra. I have a couple other albums with Gil Evans, and they're okay. Now this one I really, really love. Of course, with the Tone Poet, you have very good sound. But this features one of my favorite jazz artists, Cannonball Adderley, on saxophone. And this was originally on World Pacific Records, which I think when Liberty took over Blue Note, they also bought World Pacific. I'll try to show you the label there. So it was folded into the Blue Note catalog. And these are pretty much jazz standards like St. Louis Blues, Willow Tree, song by Lester Young, Thelonious Monk, Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie. And these are redone in a big band setting. And like I said, Cannonball Adderley just sounds fantastic. It must have been recorded in a rather large studio. I think it's a lot of natural reverb, as opposed to a small room like Rudy Van Gelder's or something. So this sounds beautiful. I can listen to that just about any time. Okay, the next album. I got this, well, whatever, quite a few months back. Now this would be one of the earlier Impulse releases. In fact, it says A14, which would mean it's like the 14th. Uh, this is Milt Jackson Quartet. Name of the album is Statement, or Statements. It's got Milt Jackson on vibraphone, Hank Jones piano, Paul Chambers on bass, and Connie Kay from drums, on drums. This album sounds so beautiful. This is kind of like an original stereo pressing, I think. And it's got a wonderful sound to it. There's the vibraphone just, sounds so clear and bell-like. Of course, Milt Jackson was in the Modern Jazz Quartet. I much prefer this, big time, over any Modern Jazz Quartet stuff. It's a little bit freer moving. It's not free jazz, but it's a lot freer. Doesn't seem as structured, maybe, as a lot of those Modern Jazz Quartets. And that was 1962. Okay, the next album, also 1962, a Impulse release. I've talked quite a bit about this album. This is just one of my favorites. I love the sound on this. So this was, the number is A20, so this was the 20th Impulse release. It's Shelly Man, 234, which the 2, 3, 4 stands for duet, trio, and quartet. They have got a couple of each one of those. On this album. Shelly Man, jazz drummer, West Coast. He did a lot of movie and TV work. This has Coleman Hawkins on here, George Duvivier on bass, Eddie Costa on piano and vibes. Does have Hank Jones on here too, on some songs. I've said it before, I love the sound of this album. It's kind of like a sound I've been searching for, I think. I don't know how to explain it. The last song on the album is a duo, which is me and some drums. It is just Coleman Hawkins on tenor sax and Shelly Man on drums. Oh my goodness. I love that kind of stuff. Absolutely love it. Okay, the fourth album I would want on a desert island is, I gotta put Sonny Rollins in here. This is The Bridge. This was also 1962. Seems like 1962 was a good year for my choices in jazz. It was released on RCA Victor, I believe. Now this particular one was reissued on the ORG label, which it only says that in one spot. A few years ago. But ORG Music puts out excellent audiophile records. So this was, I think maybe was this the first one after Sonny came back from his hiatus, maybe? If not the first, it was close to the first. He would occasionally, through his career, take sabbaticals for maybe a year, year and a half, just to get completely away from performing and recording, and he would just practice and work out, probably work out ideas in his head. And Sonny had a unique style. Now on this album, all the songs are excellent. The bridge, they do a version of God Bless the Child. So on this one, you have Bob Cranshaw on bass, and either Ben Riley or H.T. Saunders on drums, and Jim Hall on guitar, and then Sonny Rollins on tenor, of course. So you don't have piano or any keys in here. I love, this is another sound that I really love. It's more of, a little more minimalist, maybe. Probably because you don't have the piano in there, or organ or anything like that. But anyhow, The Bridge by Sonny Rollins. Excellent album, I love it. Okay, the last album. If I were on a desert island. If I were on a desert island, shipwrecked, hopefully I would be on there with the professor from Gilligan's Island. That way he could build me a really nice stereo using coconut shells, little ones for tweeters and big ones for bass. Diamond stylus made from Ginger's Diamonds. There you go. The professor, he's good. Okay, the last album. It was released in 1965. It is JooJoo by Wayne Shorter. This may be, I don't know, it's hard to choose Wayne Shorter's favorite albums or my favorite albums. I would say it probably is. It's on Blue Note. What a great sound. I think Wayne Shorter, to me, he, in my opinion, which means nothing, I think he was the greatest jazz composer in jazz. Coltrane was pretty good, but overall, I would go with Wayne Shorter. And also, which in one of my past videos, probably about a year ago, I made a video, it was called Wayne Shorter and the Year 1964. Actually, he recorded 3 classic Blue Note albums, his first 3, in the year 1964. The first was A Night Dreamer, and then I think JooJoo was the second, and then Speak No Evil was the third. So he recorded those 3 albums in 1 calendar year, less than a year. Now those were eventually released. They kind of held back the releases of some of them, kind of like 1 per year, 60, maybe 4, 5, and 6, I think. But this band, you got Wayne Shorter on tenor, McCoy Tyner on piano, come on. Reggie Workman on bass, fantastic. And of course, Elvin Jones on drums. So you're not going to get any better musicians than this. Like I said, this is a fantastic album. Wayne Shorter was so melodic in his writings. That's probably why I like his music. A lot of these you'll be able to remember, you know, just by his melody. So anyhow, I think that wraps up my contest entry for Alex at MOTORIK 247. If you have not watched his channel, click on over there and subscribe, and if you want to enter a contest entry, I'm sure he would appreciate that. So I think that wraps it up for today. It's kind of rainy out, so I'm not doing too much today. So I will see all you people in the next video. So take care.